Good evening and welcome to Bình Phuoc Radio, Television and Newspaper, BPTV News. I'm Thủy bringing you the latest updates and stories from around the country. Stay with us with all the details. Binh Phuoc reviews progress of 2 expressway projects. Maximizing human potential in Binh Phuoc's development. Government eyes 7% GDP growth in 2024. Vietnam-China trade expected to hit 200 billion USD in 2024. Now, let's take a look at local news. Chairwoman of the Binh Phuoc Provincial People's Committee Trần Tuệ Hiền and Vice Chairman of the Committee Trần Văn My preside over a meeting to evaluate the progress of 2 expressway projects, one of which is a segment of the North-Southwest Expressway running from Gia Nghĩa in Đắk Nông Province to Chương Thành in Binh Phuoc. The other is the segment passing through Binh Phuoc of the Ho Chi Minh City Thủ Dầu Một Chương Thành Expressway.
The Gia Nghĩa Chương Thành project is divided into 5 sub-projects, one of which is carried out under the PPP model and the other 4 funded by the public investment. Binh Phuoc responsible for 3 of these projects, with operation by 2027. The Ho Chi Minh City Thủ Dầu Một Chương Thành Expressway is a key north-south route connecting Bình Dương and Binh Phuoc provinces. It connects with the Gia Nghĩa Chương Thành Expressway and links airports and seaports. The Binh Phuoc segment spans approximately 7 kilometers, while the segment in Bình Dương is over 57 kilometers long. During the meeting, provincial leaders listened to updates on the progress, problems, and recommendations related to the 2 projects, particularly on key tasks for the near future. Chairwoman Trần Tuệ Hiền emphasized the critical timing for implementation of these projects, urging relevant departments and localities to align their perspectives, demonstrate strong determination, and adopt scientific, well-coordinated plans to accelerate the progress.
A workshop titled Maximizing Human Potential as a Fundamental Driver for Binh Phuoc Development was held on November 22 to 6 Solutions for Developing High-Quality Human Resources to Achieve Socio-Economic Goals.
The workshop featured 16 presentations analyzing topics such as theories on human resource development, current training needs, development strategies, policies on personnel, and proposals on ways to attract and foster talent. In her concluding remarks, Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Committee, Trần Tuyết Minh, appreciated the depth and practical relevance of the discussions. She urged relevant sectors to review and advise on policies for training and talent attraction. She instructed the document compilation group to select valuable recommendations into the draft documents for the 12th Binh Phuoc Provincial Party Congress for the 2025-2030 term.
At 1:45 p.m. on November 23, Binh Phuoc Power Company successfully energized and operated the upgrade T2 power transformer at the 110/22 kV Bình Long substation in Hớn Quản district.
The project, funded by the Southern Power Corporation with an investment of nearly 55 billion Vietnam dong, increased the substation's capacity from 2 times 40 megavolt amperes to 2 times 63 megavolt amperes. As part of the Phase 1, the 63 megavolt ampere T2 transformer was installed, energized, and put into use ahead of the schedule. This upgrade enhances load capacity, improves power supply quality in Bình Long Town, Chương Thành District, Hớn Quản District, and increases operational flexibility. It aligns with the Binh Phuoc Power Development Plan 2016 to 2025, with considerations extending to 2035.
Turning around the country news, the government is aiming for an economic growth rate of 7% for 2024, surpassing the National Assembly target of 6 to 6.5%.
According to the latest update from the Ministry of Planning and Investment, several key economic indicators have exceeded the National Assembly's goals despite domestic and global unpredictable developments. The country's gross domestic product, GDP, growth is projected at 6.8 to 7% in 2024, surpassing forecasts from international organizations. The agroforestry, fishery and service sectors have maintained strong growth, while industrial production has bounced back robustly. The average consumer price index, CPI, during January-August stood at over 4%, and it is expected to remain below 4.5% for the whole year. Furthermore, Vietnam also enjoyed positive growth in trade, retail sales, and services revenue, as well as production, business and investment activities.
In recent years, Thừa Thiên Huế has emerged as a prime destination for major domestic and international investors. This success is the result of concerted efforts to enhance transport infrastructure, streamline administrative procedure, and improve workshop training, all of which align with the province's ambition to achieve centrally run city status in Vietnam.
As one of Vietnam's premier tourism hubs, Thừa Thiên Huế is home to the ancient capital of Huế, rich in cultural heritage, and featuring 6 UNESCO-recognized cultural sites. The province welcomes millions of domestic and international tourists annually. Notably, cruise tourism has shown strong recovery, with numerous operators bringing thousands of international visitors to Chiang Mai port. In response to growing tourist demand, the province is focusing on urban planning and attracting investments to establish large-scale shopping and entertainment centers. These efforts aim to build a robust and sustainable tourism infrastructure. Thừa Thiên Huế also boasts 6 industrial parks and several smaller clusters. The Chiang Mai Lang Co-economic Zone, with a prime geographic location connecting to Da Nang, is a key asset. Covering about 27,108 hectares, the economic zone has 5 main functional areas, including a port area, an industrial zone, a non-tariff area, an urban area, and a tourism zone. The zone has already attracted significant investment in automobile manufacturing and assembly, making it a magnet for other industries.
The import-export turnover between Vietnam and China is predicted to hit a new record of $200 billion in 2024.
According to the latest statistics from the General Department of Vietnam Customs, by the end of October, total trade between Vietnam and China reached over $167 billion. If this is maintained in the last 2 months of the year, Vietnam-China trade is poised to hit a new record of $200 billion. In the first 10 months of this year, Vietnam exported nearly $50 billion worth of goods to China, a modest increase of about $200 million compared to the same period last year. Key export items include phones and components, computers, and electronic products. Additionally, exports in the agricultural sector have shown strong growth, particularly vegetables, seafood, wood and wood products, and rubber. Meanwhile, Vietnam's imports from China reached nearly $118 billion during January to October, up nearly 32% year-on-year.
Vietnam business and investment climate is showing marked improvement following sustained reform efforts with enhanced access to business-related information and regulation, reduce unofficial costs, and effective administrative reform, according to the latest survey by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
So far this year, the business community has witnessed positive policy shifts from regulatory bodies, with the government actively addressing outdated regulations and streamlining administrative procedures. However, enterprises have higher expectations on the reforms and resolve to handle the bottlenecks of the regulations. One major concern remains fire safety regulations, including specifications for fire-resistant paint, fire resistance ratings, fire separation distances, and water supply system having creating significant obstacles for businesses. Dialogues have been held between state management agencies and associations and businesses to revise the law on fire prevention and fighting to remove roadblocks for them. The transit cargo regulations have challenged the logistics sector as well.
That's all for today's edition of BPTV News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bích Thủy wishing you a wonderful evening. Goodbye and see you next time.